Folkestone 1, Billericay 0. Gary, when you come to places like this, don't take your chances. You're always susceptible to them scoring, and that's what happened today, I think.
Yeah, I mean, look, don't take your chances. It's taken us 60, 70 minutes to get going. Conditions were rubbish. I think the pitch was horrendous. I spoke to their manager before the game and he said how disappointed he was with it. But it was horrible to play on, but you've got to make them adjustments. As a team, you've got to be able to cope with, conditions and pitches and, whatever it be. And I just felt for 60, 65 minutes we didn't get anywhere near where we needed to be. I thought, we were lacklustre. We were second to first balls. We were second to second balls. Admittedly limited them to very, very little, but it took us too long to get into the game and to find some momentum. And I thought in our best period in the game, which was in the last 15-20 minutes, we've ended up conceding, and that's very much what football's about. When are you at your most vulnerable? When you're on top and when you're looking like you're gonna snatch it. One long throw in that doesn't get defended well enough is then put in behind, and the two centre halves are in a foot race, and a foot race they're never going to win. So it's a disappointing defeat. It's a defeat that I've just really gone in quite hard in that changing room, but I have to be accountable. One part of it, I've made changes. I took Louis out at the heart of the defence just to shore up, to give us a bit more physicality in there with Henshaw. Henshaw was nursing a groin injury that we were trying to protect with Monday in mind, and we took a bit of pace out the middle of the defence, and it's ended up costing us. But the flip side of that, if we get a winner in Brad or we get a winner in Moses, it looks a perfect, a couple of substitutions. But I mean, that's football. It's a tough one to take today.
There was a spell in the game, I feel, from the 65th minute, I think it was, up until the 80th or the 85th, where you went to 2 up top. We created a lot more chances. You then changed it back to 1. What was your thinking behind it? Yeah.
Didn't change it back to 1. I think we never changed it to 2. We played Moses in and around and off Addy. Obviously Moses is playing in the pocket, and when we're in possession we go into a 2. It was very much how we set up for most of the game. It was Alfie and Addy to start with, but we didn't just feel that combination was working well enough. It became Brad and Addy, and then when we brought Moses on, we put Brad into the to the left side, and it was Moses and Addy, and then by the end of the game it was Moses and Brad. We've changed and gone with lots of different variations, lots of different combinations, and to try and find a way, to try and find a winner. Really, if you're looking at them last 15-20 minutes, there's only one team that really deserves to go on and win it, and that team hasn't. They've lost the game. That's something that concerns me. Of course it does. We've now lost 3 games of football. 2 of them they're in games that we should never have lost. I've just said to the change room in there, how many of them in there are really I mean, there's a change room full of good players, full of leadership, full of quality. Of course there is. Not enough for showing that at the moment. I don't feel that there's enough. There's got to be a relentless level of performance. It's got to be consistent. You can't have ups and downs in games. You've got to be consistent in what you're doing. And I just don't feel there's enough in our performances at the moment that are consistently good. They're dropping off, they're picking up, they're dropping off, and it's the reason why we've ended up coming away with nothing today. We've got to be more consistent, we've got to be more relentless, and I've said it all season, we've got to be more ruthless. We've had our best moment for 15-20 minutes towards the end, and we end up losing it because we haven't taken them 2 or 3 chances that come our way. There's one that's dropped down off the goalkeeper. That's a tap in if someone's on the front foot, from Adam Levers' strike, and we've got to be a little we've got to take responsibility, and we've got to be accountable, for not gaining anything today as a changing room, and I'm part of the changing room, so it's disappointing. But we'll go again Monday and see if we get reaction, because I've really gone in quite hard on the change room, and they know where I'm at, and they know where my feelings are.
Cheers, Gary. Thank you.
You're welcome.